Hello, everybody. It's Brandon Doherty, Delaware the guy, wishing you hopefully you had a great Christmas break and holiday. I did. This year was more about the meaning of what Christmas should be. Relaxing. You spend time with family and with friends if you can, or call them or whatever. And this is our pause. I believe, how Europe has a they pause in August and chill out and relax. I believe that this is our pause in our country for the holiday season. I mean, of course, the summer we go on vacations, but I'm just talking like a period when everybody pretty much is doing the same thing. So it's nice. It's very nice. Um, so let's look at New Year's week, which has a lot of similarities to Christmas week. I was going to move me. Okay. So the big things to highlight here: another moderate to warm week. It is what it is. This pattern is just the way it is, and it's not budging. There are some hints of it changing, and we're going to take a look at some of those changes. All the cold weather is out west, and it's bottled up in Canada. The polar vortex is very strong this year. So when it's very strong, it means it's not warming, and it's not seeping down to the U.S. continental um, surface. So it's pretty much bottlenecked in Canada and the Arctic. So, and that when it does shift, there are some signs that it is, there is some warming to it, and it's starting to kind of slowly filter down. It takes on average 2 to 3 weeks. So it's a long process. It's not like, it instantly changes, but there are some hints that as we go into the new year, that the cold air does finally, I mean, if you want that, it arrives on more consistent basis, and it feels more winter like or seasonable. Does that mean snowy? We don't know, right? um, However, the key is, does it stay locked in the area long enough for something major? And that's always the big question, because the cold air always seems to come down, stay for like 1 or 2 days, and then it shifts back up north. But otherwise, enjoy the nice weather. I mean, if you have a chance to get out and walk, you have a chance to do some things outside that if it was cold and snowy or cold and whatever, you wouldn't be able to do it. So get out there and do it, and enjoy the nice weather while it's here. Sorry about that. All right. So when is it going? What is it? When is there anything out there that looks, decent enough that we should, maybe anticipate something? Well, tomorrow there is. It's a very disorganized, blotchy mess that's coming from the west. There is some cold air in place. This recent front that's been pushed through has ushered in some cooler air. But that, I mean, it's still in the 40s, so I don't see where it's going to shoot all the way down. But depending on some factors, there could be some snow and freezing rain in areas northwest of 95 tomorrow. Tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, and then that changes to all rain. So it wouldn't be anything sustained. So if you're northwest of 95, and my coverage area does go up to Allentown. So Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, you could see some, you know, you could maybe see a dusting to a trace of something, but you also could see some freezing rain. So our area, the surface is too warm, and the the it doesn't look like it would be. If it would come in the morning, early morning, and it's 34 degrees, possibly there could be some very, very, very light freezing rain, but it nothing to like halt our travel. But I wouldn't even suspect that. I would just expect rain, and that's what I'm going with. And so our December snow outlook is pretty it's pretty simple, zero point 0. That's where I expect us to finish. And our temperature outlook is 4 to 10 degrees above normal for the month. Wow. You know, um, that's just that's just simple climatology, folks. That's it has nothing to do with what you think it has something to do with. But I know a lot of people want to go to and jump to the extraordinary jump leap of global warming or something, but this is just normal climatology things. You have ups and you have downs. So what does this mean? You know, in totality, because um, is this just going to continue and um, into January? Let me see if I can. Oh, great. Okay. Well, we want to get rid of this, don't we? Yes. Sorry, folks. Sometimes. Okay. It's not exactly the view I want, but I'll go to. I want to show you the temperature anomaly for the country as a whole, okay? And I think this will give you a more like aha moment. Sorry about that. More visual picture of what's going on. So this is I'm going. Anything you see in blue is cold. Anything you see in red or bright purple is warmth. So it's pretty obvious. So you can see that most of this is as of today. So you can see that most temperature anomalies are anywhere from 5 to uh, 15 above normal, and that's most of the country. So if you're in Texas, that means temperatures are in the 70s. If you're in Florida, the temperatures are in maybe close to 80. If you're in Illinois, temperatures are closer to in the mid 60s. So it's climatology, it's where you live, but almost everywhere it's 5 to 15 degrees above normal. That's pretty high. But then as we go through the rest of the month, you can see kind of like the atmosphere is just trying to figure things out. What's going on? The teleconnections, the NAO, and all that. And I sometimes I show you that, but really that means not a lot when there's really um, the cold air, factor and also the storm. So you got to have both. Um, and then we just go through the month. I mean, this is the new year, and you can see the south and southeast. It doesn't change. In the north, it's starting to kind of be more seasonable, not too greatly warm or for the average. But then you can see around the second, as the cold air is starting to shift from the west and it's starting to come east. And you can start to see that the west now is getting more of that ridge look that is more of a setup. Now, this is a more of an ideal setup, more of a winter look than for the east than the west. So we would have a ridge out west and a trough in the east, and that's what we want. That's the kind of temperature anomaly. That's the kind of atmospheric factors we would want or set up to provide us with a foundation that the cold air is in place. Now we see what there is out there in terms of storms. And this is a storm signal date, this January 8th timeframe. There's also a storm signal date like early into the new year. But again, that setup doesn't look like there's a lot of cold air, and that's the first storm signal for early January, the January 2nd and 3rd. So if that temperature anomaly is correct, um, if we're talking temperatures anywhere between 4 and 10 degrees above normal, and it's if normal's 46, you're talking about 50s and 60s. Well, that's not going to get you snow. Okay, that's going to get you rain. Even if cold air does come in from behind the system, it's still hope and a prayer that cold air comes in quick enough to change it over to snow. And honestly, I'm convinced now that rarely translates into a major snowstorm. Okay, so this is what it is, and we just have to kind of, if you're a snow lover, you just gotta be waiting and patient. If you want to go skiing, I would head up to the upper New England, like Vermont and upstate New York. They're getting, they're getting plenty of snow to start out the season, or out west because that's where the snow is. So that's it for me. Hope your week goes well. And if I don't see you, Happy New Year. And that's it for me, Brandon Doherty, Dale Weather Guy. Thank you for spending Sunday with DWG. Adios.